Welcome to road trip in Gaborone. I'm here with my good friend Bophelo, and we're going to be going around Gaborone, both as a memoir for me, but also just to provide information for those foreigners or visitors who come to the country and are interested in seeing something about the country before they even visit. First things first, one thing I've always wanted to teach people who visit Botswana is that it's hard to say Gaborone because people struggle. Can you teach us how to say Botswana? I get it. And not Botswana.
Botswana is
the people. Gaborone. How do you say it?
Gaborone.
Is it okay? Is there like a word in English that can help somebody to know how to do that sound? Any word you know in English that has a h in it? There isn't it? Maybe another language.
Because like they pronounce, I was thinking of gay, that's why they say ga.
Yeah, ga, yeah. We'll think of a word.
That is
Ha, yeah. So it's Gaborone. And Dumelang. They fail to say the at the end. We're gonna get something to eat and also just some coffees just for the aesthetics. See, I've already had my tea, but just for the aesthetics. Okay, we don't know. But these are some apartments in Gaborone.
up the hill.
That what?
Up the hill.
Hey, I wonder. That's like so many cars. People are exercising in Botswana. So these cars, we assume, are people who have parked to go to the hill over there. Oh, there it is. So this is a daily sight for us. Can you see? Because this is literally next to the mall. So from time to time they blast, right?
Is that the office?
Hi, let's go.
Alright, let's take a look at our weather forecast today.
Today's forecast, a lot of sunshine, blue skies. Go outside and relax. That's your forecast. We'll be right back.
Yeah, sunny days, sunny days, sunny days. No clouds in the sky, but again.
Let the tour begin. We'll go to all the major malls of Gaborone and show you the roads, places, residences along the way.
Oh, really?
I should be talking. There are some plots being built here. Actually, no, some plots for sale soon. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. We should buy. It's right next to the dam over there.
No.
Gaborone Dam.
One the thing.
He says no. Let's hear why. Why wouldn't you buy here?
One, it's too close to the dam,
Okay.
and then when the dam floods,
Yeah. Then obviously, okay.
it's gonna be the first
Well,
victim.
that's whoever, guys. This is the feedback of the Botswana. Whoever is planning this out, this is feedback from the citizens.
Unless they built, I don't know, what should I call it? Something that will handle the flooding and divert the water elsewhere.
Yeah.
Or the plots are elevated. I don't know, something.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, has there been a time when the dam flooded, Kante, by the way?
Yeah, a long time back.
This side.
But imagine if, even if it rains, this place floods.
Oh, this one.
Yeah,
God.
just from
This one is called Old Naledi. This is one of the Kasi. Kasi is it's one of the what is it? What's Kasi?
the hood.
It's like the hood. It's the hood.
The project.
Yeah, I like that. So now we're going to Riverwalk.
When did they build 4
It's
cm?
another mall, but it's called what? Fairground Mall.
Yes.
Got the ice cream here, Quadros and Manate. I get. So one time, I mean, if you're visiting in Botswana, you can check that out. So Riverwalk is one of the first malls to ever be built in Botswana. It's famous for Mike and Bean and previously exclusive books and Spur. So I used to love coming to Riverwalk just because of exclusive books. Yeah, and it's quite close to Tlokweng, this mall, and Tlokweng is a residential outskirt of Gaborone, and this mall is also home to University of Botswana students because of its proximity to the school. I used to come here all the time during my varsity years. This University of Botswana. So in my time, we used to call it Basco. Basco, baby. Yeah. It's the largest university in Botswana, both in size and capacity. It holds up to 15,000 students per year. And it's right next to the National Stadium. It's the one you see in blue down there. And it's preceded by the dusty grounds that are used for informal matches and your Sunday soccer as well. So as we drive down this road, I'm reminded of a comment that a Liberian friend of mine said when he came to visit Botswana recently. He just looked around on the road as we were driving and he was like, where are the people? He was saying that it looks so empty. Yeah, and it's just not so busy. They were expecting that there'd be, people selling this and that, just like the streets should be so busy, I guess we're just a really small population. I guess this is what it means to be 2 million in the country. What you see here is Marapula, one of the elite schools of Botswana. Right up there with Westwood and which other one? I think those two are two of the most prestigious schools in Botswana. One of the things I love about Botswana is the informal stops for the combis to stop at. So basically, we have formal stops where the combi should stop at, but then you have these other parts of the road where it's not really built up. So if it's closest to the entrance of your apartment or your home, you can just ask the combi to stop there. Emma ho. Isn't ho. Hapelingan. Eh, hono ho. Okay, now we're going to Gaborone Game Reserve. Now this is one of the most unexplored locations. I don't hear it much in conversation. I don't know, maybe other people go to it a lot, but I don't hear it come up often in conversation. So we just came here just so you can see and know about it and just know that it does exist. We have just come back from the entrance of Gaborone Game Reserve. So I thought it would be interesting for this gentleman here to tell us which animals you can find there if you go and visit there. So
I haven't been there in a while, but I think they have monkeys, warthogs, impala. What else?
no elephants.
No elephants. The place is just the place is just there are no predators, basically. Yeah, the place is just too small to house big the big five. So it's basically just
Cute little animals.
yes, and birds obviously. Yes. So if you're a bird lover, come visit GGR, Oh, and you can also have your picnics there. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, picnic. We once had a picnic there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Have your
I mean,
brides
not
and
you and
stuff.
me.
Uh,
Somebody else. No, it wasn't somebody. It was a group. It was
ah.
a group of people.
Mm,
Yeah. No, I don't think I've never really fancied the place. Hell, I just feels a bit dry and stuff.
yeah. I think they've been renovating the place, so I don't know if they are done with the renovations. But it would be quite interesting to check it out again. To see which new developments are there. So yeah, so it's worth a visit. So go check it out.
So yeah, so apart from Gaborone Game Reserve, you can also go to Mokolodi, and there's also Crocodile Farms, which is like towards Notwane, right? Now we're going to show you the other mall, and then before or after that we'll show you one of the suburbs of Gabs. So Gabs is another word for Gaborone. It's how we locals shorten it. Haraboka, the place. GC baby. Ladies and gentlemen, we're now about to enter Airport Junction territory, my absolute favorite mall in the whole of Gaborone. But before we get there, let me tell you a little bit about this place here. After you turn right at the intersection, there's a bus stop on the left. This stop is known for unfortunate incidents such as muggings, grab and runs, and so on. I even have a family member who was victim to a near stabbing while they ran off with his laptop. Some people suspect the crime is from a place called 27, or Extension 27, one of the alleged unsafe places in Gaborone near Broadhurst, because it's not too far from this intersection here. There's another place also near Old Naledi, where the old BURS office was, called BURS, right? And this was another location which was notorious for so many incidents, even casualties, I think. And I was also a victim one time. I was driving and I went to stopped at the traffic lights, and somebody opened my car door, darling, and started rummaging, looking for something to steal. And did I not pee on myself? But just like any other country in the world, you know, there will be those unsafe places. You just have to be careful. And I liked what somebody once said. He was South African. He said the most dangerous place in Botswana is literally not as dangerous as the safest place in South Africa. So we thank God for the relative safety in Botswana.
Should I record?
Yeah.
Mic check, mic check,
So he just dropped my mic, so we're just checking whether it's
mic check,
working.
mic check. Hey, play.
Featuring a nice little stop at my very favorite bookstore in the whole wide world. Well, I haven't been to many, but yeah. Here in Botswana, this is pretty much the bookstore. Okay, so, and they've been closed for a little bit, and they just opened recently with the new look. So I'm excited to explore. Maybe this.
Yeah. What are you mixing? Ah, let's do that.
Perfect.
I'm recommending you what to tights.
Kante below round so these are the ice cream. It matches bon this ice cream matches your clothes. Another thing that I love about Botswana is the open spaces and the expanse of land that remains undeveloped. You know, I used to feel like maybe that was a bad thing, but after living in China for a little bit and just being surrounded daily by all the buildings, sometimes I would feel suffocated and just, you know, feel like I need to breathe, you know. So I feel like I appreciate this more in Botswana because I get to see the sunrise and sunset so easily, so freely. We're going to attempt going into the golf course. It's a classified entrance. You don't just enter, but we're going to take our chances. No, it's really funny how we have grown to associate the word suburb with wealth, whereas the true meaning has nothing to do with the wealth status of a place. A suburb, in its true sense, is literally the outskirts of a city. So I don't know, because we have grown and we just know that suburb is rich, where the rich people live. So for the context of this video and relatability of this video, I'm going to be calling suburb and meaning rich, where the rich people live, meaning wealth, okay? So Phakalane is one of the suburbs of Gaborone, and for you to be able to see and really appreciate the place, you need to get inside the golf estate, because that's where many of the houses, large houses, big beautiful houses are situated, and some of them, or a lot of them that I've seen, don't even have walls around them, so you are able to fully appreciate the beauty of the houses. Whereas the rest of Phakalane, outside of the golf estate within Phakalane, you will see beautiful houses, but there will be walls around them and you won't really appreciate that beauty as much. So inside the golf estate is where you really you don't have access unless you live there or you know somebody there or something like that. So we were not able to get access because we don't live there and we don't know anybody there. Oh. So we were not able to do that. So I would have to have a house in Phakalane to be able to show you. Or I know that there are some videos online on YouTube where people have shown houses in Phakalane. So if you would like to see what Phakalane looks like in there, just find them on YouTube. Hopefully you'll find some. For now, all I can show you is the hotel side, which we all have access to. Yeah, I get a manyan. One thing that comes to mind when I think of Glen Valley is the sewage treatment plant in the area, and how from time to time there can be this really bad smell that comes from the place, and the intensity of it depends on how close you are to the treatment plant. But I think they're working on it. I don't think it's as bad as it used to be. And the other thing about this place is it's a really excellent road to use if you want to dodge the traffic on the A1. However, it's not the best for what you call these hours, rush hours, like your evening time when it's knockoff time, like your 4:30, 5 p.m. I think it's good for maybe during the day if you want to kind of like just move faster. The fondest memory I have of Main Mall as a young girl is regularly walking from the station to the Main Mall, either as a final destination or to head towards the library across the road just to save on transport money, because it's not that far, maybe 1.5 kilometers. You know, the Main Mall is so rich. It has so much diversity. It was opened in 1963, making it the first mall to be built in Botswana. It has shops, offices, a British council, hair salons, a hotel, the National Blood Transfusion Center, a police station, Machina as we call them, which are shops run by Chinese for budget clothing, an excellent camera gear shop by Chinese as well if you're a photographer or content creator. There's even a nice chilling place that they recently started in the middle where you can see artwork, get coffee and network. There's so much more, honestly.
You think if they said it, then they must mean it. So you should feel it. Somehow you think that you need it.
Who are these? Do I know? How many people do I know here? Oh, I know this one. Okay. Oh, Dada. Oh, Dada. Okay. Yes. Who is Huitze Beng? Who is Huitze Beng? ¿Qué presidente Aaron? Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh, okay. Seeing Lesotho Chombo's name here hits different now that she's a member of parliament, a home minister of youth, baby. Yo, Shele Motsatsarepa, aka William Last, doing really well for himself on YouTube and. What thing?
Yeah.
This is interesting. Our singer. Where? Oh, the other runner. Oh my goodness, this is so interesting. How long has this thing been here?
I don't know. How they spelled it wrong.
Chapa Chivas. Oh, this is so special. Being permanently imprinted somewhere. Like.
This one. It's right here.
Oh yes. Oh sham. Look at this with the stub of cigarette. Wow. This is so nice. This is oh yes. Okay, let me Roja and then this one give me other products there. So these ones the look at it. This is a nice part about Botswana.
Nothing that they could do, nothing that they could say, nothing that they could do to take all the pain away. Sometimes it works out and sometimes it don't. Sometimes you win some and sometimes you won't. But we could be everything, anything that we see we could be. We could be everything that we want. We could be everything, anything that we see we could be. We could be anything that we want. You think if they said it, then they must mean it. So you should feel it. Somehow you think that you need it. Others' opinions to know how you're feeling, to know if you're losing or winning, left behind or within it. If you're sinking or swimming, existing or living. Nothing that they could do, nothing that they could say, nothing that they could do to take all the pain away. Sometimes it works out and sometimes it don't. Sometimes you win some and sometimes you won't. But we could be everything, anything that we see we could be. We could be everything that we want. We could be everything, anything that we see we could be. We could be anything that we want. But we could be everything, anything that we see we could be. We could be everything that we want. We could be everything.
Okay, now that you've seen the perimeters of the CBD, let's now get into the CBD. First place on the lineup, Square Mart. This is a nice, clean supermarket which I like for its large variety of vegetables and breads, because I like bread, and nice carrot cake. It's also famous for its smoothies. It's a tad bit expensive but quite convenient for people who work in the CBD and those in the Phase 2 community. But now it might face a little competition from the newly opened The Fields Mall on the opposite end.
We could be anything that we want.
My favorite. Woo! My favorite. It's like really, yeah. Oh, this building.
Sometimes it works out and sometimes it don't. Sometimes you win some and sometimes you won't. But we could be everything, anything that we see we could be. We could be everything that we want. We could be everything.
Hotel 430. I really like this name. I think it's really genius. You know, government employees knock off at 4:30, so I don't know if that was the inspiration. If it was, then it's really cool.
We could be everything.
Okay, now we're about to conclude our tour, and we're about to show you 2 out of 3 flyovers or highways, as other people call them, that were recently opened in 2023. As a citizen, these are my pride and joy. Putting aside all the shortcomings the construction has, I think the ministry responsible for these roadworks deserves applause. It has given the city a total facelift, reduced traffic reasonably, not completely entirely, but yeah, a little bit. And it was done within reasonable time. I mean, a big project like that, oh, applause please. Seeing a project through from start to finish in a continent where corruption poses a serious threat to development and shortcuts are taken, I'm just excited these were completed. And now I use these roads every chance I get. And I'm sad if my trip doesn't require me to go over all the 3 flyovers. At this point, we're done with flyover 1, and this road is still the Western Bypass. On the left is phase 4, on the right, block 9. Bogologolo ne re rata go palama dikombi from the stop here in phase 4 to Game City. Santse Game City a le mosha. As far as I remember, it was the first time combis were designated to a mall, contrary to the usual residential location, e.g. Tlokwen Route 4, Gabane, Mogoditshane, etc. So that was very exciting. Ah, memories! Take me back! Now we're circling back to where we started, the Game City area. There's actually a university right in the vicinity of Game City called Botho University.
Others' opinions to know how you feeling, to know if you're losing or winning, left behind or with.
Basically, this second flyover marks the exit of the city. If you turn to the right, you head towards Ramotsa, Lobatse, and eventually the South African border called Ramatlabama, which takes you to Mafikeng. This should be a wrap. I hope you enjoyed hearing about Gaborone from a local. Subscribe for more travel videos.